Hey there, I'm Natalie and welcome back to another session with me here at Natalie, my YouTube channel. As always, this is about movement through Barre and Pilates to help you realign into what I say the centre of you, to realign into your core in a sense, realign into the centre of you. Today's session is going to be a Barre session, working your pelvic stability. You are going to want something soft, so like either like a rolled up blanket or a cushion or a pillow, something you can put underneath your pelvis at one point and just have that to one side. And we start here with the hip distance parallel. Come towards the back of your mat, hands onto your hips for your calf raises. So you're going to exhale and lift the heels off the ground. Inhale to draw the heels back down. So exhaling to lift. Inhaling to lower. Now we're starting with connecting to the breath of the movement. 1, 2. We're starting by keeping everything nice and aligned here. So I think shoulders, chest, hips in alignment. So you've already got that pelvic stability, having that pelvic awareness. Let's lift the heels up and then release the heels down. Because it's your calf raises, you feel it in the backs of the legs there. So lower back of the legs, working your ankle mobility as well. Let's go for number 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now keep the heels off the ground. Slide down imaginary wall. So keep your back upright. Keep your shoulders and chest in line with the hips there as you bend the knees. So into a squat now. So you're going to bend the knees down for 2 counts and then release up and onto straight legs. Inhale to bend deeper. Exhale to find length. So note that my shoulders, chest and hips in alignment. I am not here in that position. We're thinking about the pelvic awareness here, the pelvic stability. So you want to keep this nice straight line from head down to your hips here. So everything is above that pelvis, not trying to go ahead of it. As you find a little bit of movement to come up, but keep your knees bent, and then release back down. So knees come up a little bit, then you release down a little bit. Let's go for number 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. From here you start to pulse your knees now. You take that pulse and pulse. Ideally you keep your heels off the ground. That's going to make you work your thighs a little bit harder. But if you need to modify, have the heels move down, no problem there. So heels flat takes away the intensity. Heels off the ground means you've got to work on your balance more, really finding that strength here in the legs. As you pulse now, you want to start to hinge forwards. So you hinge from the hips, you hinge forwards. 2, 3, 4. You come back upright. 2, 3, 4. You're hinging forwards. 2, 3, 4, and then up for 2, 3, 4. Now when you're hinging, it's not hinging by sticking a bum back. There's no arch required in your back there. So just hinge from the hips without sticking a bottom back. So you're thinking a nice straight line the whole time, no anterior pelvic tilt, no arching. For 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Next time you hinge forwards, stay in that hinge and keep pulsing these up and down. Pulse and pulse. The breath can be paced here. Exhale, exhale. Just the final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold nice and still. Maybe your heels come up a little bit higher. Your knees might get a bit deeper. You might feel like reaching your arms out in front of you. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release once you're done. Into a vertical V now. You can actually stay at the back of your mat, but I'm going to face towards you just in a sense so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to have your heels together and your toes apart into that vertical V. We are going to lift the heels off the ground, so keep the heels together. Sliding down your imaginary wall, so keep the alignment of your head, shoulders, chest and hips here. The thighs are open. Your knees go down and then up an inch. So down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. So that lovely external rotation there. Knees are pointing nice and wide to the sides as you take it down an inch, up an inch. And your heels remain off the ground. Again, we're trying to find this lovely line from head down to the base of the spine. So we're thinking about the pelvic awareness by being in alignment here. So this is how we're working your pelvis right now, by keeping that straight line from head down to base of the spine. You go down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. For 4, you go for 3, you go for 2, stay down 1, push your thighs back and hold. Thighs push back and hold. So if you see me in the profile here, You're pushing your thighs backwards. You push it back. And you're thinking you're pushing back more than forward. So it's not in, out like this. It's push back and hold. Push back and hold. The action's happening behind you more, in front of you less. Again, keeping that alignment of the spine as you push it back and hold. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. We combine those 2 moves together. So you take a drop of the knees down, push the thighs back. Drop down, push back. Drop down, push back. Now, in between each one, there'll be a little bit of a release. So you go, it's a little down, up, back, forth. Little down, up, back, forth. I don't mind a little release in between as long as it's a small release and not like this, big up and down and big back and forth. So down, a little release up, push back, a little release forward. So down, push back, down, hold, back, hold, down, hold, back, hold. And again, we're still thinking the alignment of the spine here the whole time. We go for 4, let's go for 3, let's go for 2, and next one, keep those thighs back, just push it back and back a little bit quicker than before, wrapping back and back. Those heels should be glued together. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release once you're done. So hopefully you're still at the back of your mat now. Feet distance and parallel. Roll down through spine, walk yourself into a full-on plank. So elbows come underneath your shoulders and your feet are slightly separated at distance. If you're going to modify, knees and shins down, not a problem. Now in your plank position of choice, full front plank or your modified plank, you're going to tuck the pelvis now. So take a tuck and hold. You tuck and hold. So if you have knees and shins down, it's just this movement. You tuck and hold. Tuck and hold. So working more of that pelvic floor as you tuck and hold. Now when you tuck the pelvis, lift your navel up. So tuck and lift navel. Tuck, lift navel. So if I was doing it kneeling, it's this movement. So you're tucking, not understanding the tucking part, it's a tuck here. Tuck here. So in your front plank, you're doing the same action, and each time you tuck, you put your navel in. Tuck your navel in. Tuck your navel in. So it's working into your pelvic floor, into your pelvis in general, as you go here. Nice and control. So we take that tuck and hold. We tuck and hold. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Hold that final tuck and stay still. Keep your navel up the spine. Keep the pelvis nice and tucked there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push back into a quick little child's pose there. So knees on the side of that, toes go, reach your arms nice and long in front of you. Rest the forehead down. So let's have a moment here. You're going to bring yourself back onto the mat, into your prone position, so you're laying on your front. At this point, you want that padding that you have. If you honestly don't have anything, then you might find it useful to kind of roll your mat up. So just to get your pelvis has something to rest onto, a bit of cushioning for the hip bones there. It's what you really want it for. So don't let your hip bones get into the hard floor for your prone seat. So whatever you're using, the roll-up mat or a bit of a rolled-up blanket or cushion, it wants to go into your hip bones as you come into your prone seat here. You take one arm on top of the other. You tuck your toes, you lift your knees off the ground, that's both kneecaps come off the ground. Now your hip bones should be cushioned by whatever you're using there, but you're pressing the pelvis down and lifting belly button off the mat. So we're not, you might not see the difference so much in camera, but we're not here, it's not in this relaxed position, it's pelvis down, belly button lifted. You go with your left leg coming off the ground as an into a bent knee position. So the left leg comes off the ground, but your right kneecap stays in for the whole time there. And you flex your right foot, so your right foot steps at the ankles. From here, you squeeze the heel in towards you over the left leg. So squeeze the left heel in and take a moment to hold it there. Squeeze and hold it in. Squeeze and hold it in. So you're squeezing your left heel to your bottom, working into your hamstrings on the left-hand side here. Now this is your prone seat, so working your hamstrings first, but also working that pelvic stability. So keep pressing your pelvis down into the mat and keep lifting your belly button off the mat the whole time. And your right kneecap is lifted. It's not resting on the mat unless you're resting for some reason. The right kneecap is lifted. So squeeze the left heel in and hold it in. Squeeze and hold it in. You go for another 4. You go for 3. You go for 2, you start to speed up that squeeze. You're squeezing in and in. Left heel comes in and in. The whole time you're still pressing pelvis down into the mat, lifting belly button off the mat as you squeeze in. And yes, your right kneecap is still off the ground. You can rest your head into your arms there unless you're having a quick check of what I'm doing. You can relax the head down, but only the head is relaxed and nothing else. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the squeeze that heel in. Now lift the glute up and hold. Lift and hold. Glute goes up and hold. As you lift your left glute up, your belly naturally wants to give way into the mat. So you have to keep pressing the pelvis into the mat with the belly button off the mat. So lift the left glute up, but keep the abdominals engaged. Keep your pelvis nice and still the whole time. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift that left glute up and pulse. And pulse. You're pulsing up and up. Again, keep pressing pelvis down the whole time. Lift belly button off the mat. This one is getting right into your gluteus. That's instead of big of the three glute muscles. For 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Keep that left glute lifted. That right kneecap should still be off the ground. Pelvis down. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So roll onto your right side with the cushion. So right now I'm not mirroring you at this moment in time. Roll onto your right side. So I'm going to be looking up and doing the opposite leg to you. Your right elbow comes under your shoulder here, and then bring your heels in line with your hips and your hips in line with your shoulders. Lengthen the left leg and flex the left foot. So push out of your right side. So you should have your right elbow underneath you, so your left leg is still on top. Push out of your right side. Abs in, moves in. The left leg now takes one lift, one drop. One lift, one drop. So working onto your left glute medius. So you're working the top leg here. Just still with the same left leg. So remember, I'm not mirroring you at this point. So take one lift, one drop, your left leg up and down. So again, it's that glute med, that dimple on your left hand side. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now left leg should be away from the right leg, so not touching it. Bring the left leg forwards, lift, release, down and back. Keep the left foot flexed. It exhales forwards, lifts, inhale down and back. Exhale forwards, lift, inhale down and back. Keep lifting out of your right shoulder so you're not sinking into it. And we're keeping the pelvis under control. So you're not swinging the pelvis back and forth. You're thinking about pelvic stability here as the left leg comes forwards, up, back and down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On that next one, left leg comes forwards and lift up and up. You take a lift and lift. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And have a little punch out of the if you need to. We go on to the other side. So grab your cushion that you're using. So again, it goes underneath the hip bones. And we'll stretch at the end. So punch the glute now if you need to. We'll stretch in a moment. So bring your hip bones onto that cushion. One arm on top of the other. So don't forget, you tuck both toes. You lift both kneecaps. So both kneecaps stay off the ground. This time you're bending your right knee and you flex your right foot. You squeeze the heel in and hold it in. You squeeze and hold. You're pressing your pelvis into the mat, lifting your belly button off the mat. So squeeze your heel in and hold it. Squeeze it in and hold it. And don't forget, your left kneecap must be off the ground, not touching the ground. Let's go for another 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Start to squeeze your right heel in. You're squeezing in and in and in. So right now you're working into the hamstrings first on the right side. Remember, your left kneecap must be off the ground. So I know it must tap down, lift it up, press the pelvis into mat, belly button comes off mat. We go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Right glute lifts up. You're stamping up and hold. Lifting up and hold. So don't forget, when we lift the glute up, the belly wants to release down. You have to avoid it from happening. So resist the urge to dip into your low back at this point. Keep pressing the pelvis down. Keep lifting the belly button off the ground. As you stamp your leg up and hold it there, lift up and hold. We go for another 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. And now you start to stamp that right glute up. You're lifting up and up and up. Once more, watch your left kneecap. It should be off the ground. Keep working as you are. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep that right glute up, stay nice and still. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to go on to your left side. So don't forget, I'm not mirroring you, so I'm not doing the opposite leg to what you're doing in terms of how I look. Move the cushion out of your way. Left elbow under your shoulder. Your heels, right hip and shoulder, nice straight line here. You lengthen your right leg and flex your right foot, lift out your left side. Right leg takes one lift, one lower. It lifts up and down, working into that side bit now as you take that lift and lower. Abdominals connected, pelvis stable there as you take that lift and lower. So hips are nice and stacked, that pelvic stability. Let's go for 4, let's go for 3, let's go for 2. Right leg is with left leg, the right leg comes forwards as you exhale and it lifts. Inhale down, push it back. Exhale forwards, lift, inhale down and back. Again, without rocking the pelvis back and forth. The pelvis wants that stability. So forwards, lift, down, back. Forwards, lift, down and back. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Next time bring your right leg forwards and then lift and lift. Keep lifting out the left side as you lift that right leg up and up. Just for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, so from here, coming onto your back. So you want to think about going into your abdominal set. So we're going to stretch right at the end of the session. So you're going to have your feet hip distance parallel, heels close enough so you can just about tick your heels with your fingers there. Then from here, you're going to draw a navel down to your spine and lift your pelvis off the ground by an inch no more. So it's not a bridge, so keep your back down. Palms doesn't flat down to the ground, and you take a tuck and hold the pelvis. You tuck and hold. Taking a tuck and hold, but keeping the shoulders on the mat. Palms nice and flat and feet are grounded as you take that tuck and hold. Now as you tuck the pelvis, navel comes down to spine. So now we're working into abdominals. You might go well for this in your glutes and your hamstrings because we can do this as a seat set as well, but the focus right now is the abdominals as you tuck and hold. So think deep abdominal engagement, take that tuck and hold. The pelvis is under control as you tuck and hold. We go for another 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Now take that tuck and draw the navel down to your spine. Keep drawing the navel down and hold it here. Inhale in through nose, exhale, sit the navel down more. Inhale in through nose, exhale, navel goes down more. You hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release, tuck the pelvis, flat back on the floor. So knees come up into tabletop, knees, knife, hips, heels, and knife, knees. Keeping your lower back connected to the ground, moving your hip here. So right toes go down for 2, and then up for 2 counts. Left toes go down for 2, and up for 2. Inhale to tap down, exhale to lift up. We're working the hip dissociation, so moving in your hip joint. Make sure it's not the knee bending like this. It's the knee moving, the leg moving between the hip joint. So you're moving the thigh away, then back in. We're staying with bent knees, you're not going to straighten the legs, just keep the knees nice and bent. Your focus is to keep your pelvis 1 under control, 2, keep your low back still, so your low back stays down. If you want to make it harder, then both legs together. Inhale, both legs go away for 2 counts, exhale up 2. Keep drawing the navel down to your spine the whole time. Working your pelvic lumbar stabilization, keeping the low back nice and still as we move away for 2, then up for 2. So your toes might not touch the ground, that shouldn't be your focus. Your back staying down should be your focus in that whole movement there. If you want to make it a little bit more harder, a little bit more hard on abdominals, interlace your hands behind your head, then your navel down to your spine, lift your chest, and keep it lifted. That could be for single or double legs, doesn't matter with that one. Elbows nice and wide to the sides of the room here. Let's go for another 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Bring the knees in and pulse your knees in towards you. So pulse it in and in. So the head and chest can be lifted with hands behind your head. If you want a slightly hard option, then go with straight legs instead. So pulse both legs in and in. If you don't support your head with your hands, arms nice and straight. Keep your navel down as your chest is staying lifted. Keep it going here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. hold nice and still, one, even knees bent, legs straight, head up, harder, head down a bit easier. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. Have release into chest, walk from side to side, massage your back into the mat. So we might have a little rock from side to side, come back to being nice and still here. We'll start to stretch out. Let's go for a glute stretch first. So bring your left foot down, take your right foot across your left thigh. You can press your right hands into the right thigh or indicate fingers behind your left knee, hug into your chest and don't use your right elbow to anchor your right side down to a deep glute stretch there and breathe. Deep inhales and exhales. Then from here, actually cross your knees, so your knees cross, take your hands out to the side of you, either T-shape or cactus shape. Let your knees go down to your left, turn your head to your right into this variation of a supine twist. Breathing there. Then bring yourself back through centre. Uncross legs, so right foot goes down, left foot goes across your right thigh. You press your left hand into the left thigh or into fingers behind your right knee, hug it in. Use left elbow to anchor left side down to a deeper stretch there for the left glute and breathe. Inhale, exhale, release. Keep your hands at your left knee, cross over your right knee, hands to a T-shape or cactus shape. Let legs go over to your right, turn head to your left. Breathe into that stretch there, into your front body, so stretching through your abdominals there. Come back through centre, uncross leg, take hands behind your thighs, rock up and down until you eventually come all the way up to seated here. Come onto your knees, so come up nice and high in, press your hands into your sacrum, so fingers facing down. And then push your hips forwards and just start to come into a gentle arch, not a deep arch, just to get a nice little thigh stretch there. So if you think about stretching the thighs forward and going into a back bend, and hold it there. Then bring yourself onto your heels. Interlace fingers in front of you, round your arms up, back and shoulders, try to pull your arms apart. Let your arms go forward, so palms face away from you. Knees start to come up, palms face up to the ceiling. Reach your arms round, back and down. And then that is all done for today. So I hope you enjoyed that session. It's all about your pelvic stability and awareness there today with this bar session. As always, if you'd like to give it a thumbs up. Please ensure you're subscribed to the channel, so hit the subscribe button and ensure you also hit the bell to get notified each time I upload a new video on a weekly basis. Until next time, have a